Please feel free to completely dismiss what I'm about to say, but personally speaking, I absolutely think Final Fantasy's dev team, especially Yoshi-P, they do a marvelous job at communication. And communication is key, especially when things break. That's my personal and professional opinion as a developer myself. And I have to say, I love that we get to hear from Yoshi-P so much. I wish this wasn't a case of an issue like the housing lottery system. Honestly, I wish housing existed for everybody. But that's not the world we live in right now, and let's address the issues at hand. And so this video, trying to keep everybody up to date on the latest development with the housing lottery. That's why this video exists. Hopefully you get something good out of it. And for those of you who are brand new and just kind of following along with the issue, hello, my name's Brian and welcome to the channel. Now, I'm going to dive into Yoshi-P's words. I'm going to give you guys some additional thoughts that I have after having read these. Feel free to sound off with your own thoughts below. Or if nothing else, if you want to talk about this on Discord or over on Twitter, feel free. You can message me over there as well if you need anything. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into the words from Yoshi-P himself. Hello everyone, this is Yoshi-P, producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV. I'd like to apologize for my explanation on the earlier news announcements issue with the housing lottery system, aka follow-up, which has caused some confusion for some players. In the news announcement, I had mentioned there are many patterns involved for the lottery conditions, to which we've received comments such as, are they manipulating the lottery method somehow? I apologize for my vague wording, which came out of my haste to publish a follow-up announcement. What I should have said was, there are many patterns involved for the lottery entry conditions, and my blunder was in writing this simply as lottery conditions. The housing lottery system implemented in patch 1.6 or 6.1, dyslexia, brain, uses our plain randomization method and conducts a similar process regarding of the lottery conditions. Although the development team is continuing to put their full effort into investigating and verifying the housing lottery issue, we have yet to identify the root cause, and it appears that it will require some additional time to do so. So that's the bad news so far there. While some plots underwent the lottery process and are displaying the results as intended, other plots are experiencing the following issues. Cases where the winning number is 0. Cases where a single entry in the lottery results display that there was no entrant. Cases where no winner despite entries being made by multiple friends of or free company members. We will continue to carefully investigate and address the cause of these types of occurrences, and we still have the lottery data. This is great, right here. And it is possible for us to confirm the status of entry applicants through our database server logs. These logs will be referred to and ensure that players who have accepted their guild refund from losing the lottery will not be negatively affected by the measures we will be taking afterwards. We apologize for the inconvenience caused by these issues, but please rest assured regarding this point. Now, when I read this, we have players who have accepted the guild refund from losing the lottery will not be negatively affected by measures we will be taking afterwards. That is such a weird phrasing to me that stands out because, obviously I guess if you won and then you declined to take your prize, basically it sounds like they're going to make sure that people aren't going to be negatively impacted. I'm personally a little bit confused by the wording of just that statement alone, but you guys can let me know. It could just be my dyslexic brain kind of playing tricks on me, or maybe it was just phrased weird. Regardless, it doesn't sound like there'll be a negative impact. Maybe there'll be a positive impact for those of you who actually did win but didn't win in this case. They're going to continue following up further details regarding the investigation and our measures for as soon as possible. Once again, we apologize for the inconvenience. And the following is a long and complex explanation regarding the cause of the display error. Please feel free to skip this section if you would like. Now below is an explanation of what causes behind the display error, the lottery system itself, and the many patterns involved in the lottery entry conditions, as this is an extremely complex topic, and I have included some metaphors to try and make it easier to understand. Furthermore, please note that I cannot list out all the entry conditions and their processes. So for the housing lottery system uses a very straightforward lottery method, which I've described metaphorically below. Every available plot has its own lottery box. Players who enter a lottery are given a ball with their lottery number written on it. Players place their numbered ball into the lottery box. All players have a unique number. Once the entry period has concluded, a program will pick a ball from the box at random. The player whose ball was selected is granted the rights to purchase the plot of land. The program does not know who the ball belongs to. There are no advantages or disadvantages based off of entry timing, and the lottery itself is pure random based off of the number of balls in the box. Lottery conditions, entry conditions part 1, from the perspective of the applicant. The housing lottery system implemented in 6.1 is a wide variety of verifications to determine whether or not an applicant is eligible for lottery entry. Some of the conditions and patterns are briefly described below. So neither character A nor character B owns a plot of land. In this case, character A may enter a lottery. Character A owns a plot of land and character B does not own one. In this case, character A may enter the lottery for the purposes of relocation. Character A does not own a plot of land, but character B owns one. In this case, character A may not enter a lottery. Character A and character B both own a plot of land. In this case, character A may enter a lottery for the purposes of relocation. See, they say here lottery entry conditions for character A where there is another character B on the same service account. So that's what they're talking about with A and B there. Probably should have read that first, but it is what it is. In these ways, Final Fantasy XIV not only verifies on a per character basis, but also confirms the land ownership status of other characters on the same service account beforehand to determine whether or not a character may enter a lottery, as well as that they may enter the purchase of the land or for acquisition or relocation, which are referred to as lottery entry condition patterns. In practice, in addition to the above, whether or not the plot is in possession of the free company housing is also considered during verification, as well as other characters has the right to purchase the land. This does not apply to how the lottery process is conducted, but rather who can and what characters are eligible to apply for lottery entry in the first place. An error occurred in this condition pattern was corrected by the emergency maintenance, which concluded on April 14th. The emergency maintenance was based off a decision that the inability to enter a lottery, even for purposes of relocation, would be largely detrimental for players. Lottery entry conditions part 2, from the perspective of the plot itself. Though unrelated to the lottery process itself, there is an extremely wide variety of patterns for plots of land being lotted on. These are not from the perspective of the applicants, but from the perspective of the plot itself. Lottery entry conditions for patterns for plot A, which was being lotted on. There are no entry applicants for plot A. There are only one applicant for plot A. There are multiple lottery applicants for plot A. There are multiple lottery applicants for plot A, but all belong to the same free company. There were multiple lottery applications for plot A, but all applicants vary in various other cases. As mentioned above, the current issue is not 100% accurate or not 100% occurrence, but a mixture of cases wherein somewhat the lottery process and have been granted purchase permissions intended, while others did not. While investigating the cause of the issue, it is necessary to examine every case and unexpected factors that in an exhaustive manner to see what particular condition may have triggered the problem. The above conditions are lottery entry conditions and patterns that are perspective of the plots of land, which should have no bearing on the lottery process. However, they may have provide leads to identifying the issue, so rather than trust the program, we are looking for similarities in the cases of erroneous occurrences to try and narrow down the problematic points. I am also participating in the investigation, theorizing as well as proposing how to analyze the log data and sort this all out. Even when the emergency maintenance was concluded on April 14th, I determined whether the maintenance should take place after reaffirming the pattern of entry requirements. For this issue, I am looking into if there are any leads in the lottery condition patterns from the plot's perspective, which shouldn't have any relative relevance to the process. Even if it turns out to be vain, confirming that something is definitely unrelated is important when pinpointing the issue. This is a process that I call eliminating variables. So whenever we're in dev and we're DevOpsing and we're like trying to find issues, sometimes it's about eliminating anything. So everything that you can eliminate helps narrow down to the core actual issue of what's going on. And sometimes that means that you're doing things that you feel like there's just no way this is what's causing the problem, but it allows you to eliminate, because in DevOps, especially, perception is key. People might believe something is the issue, and what you want to do is either rule it out or confirm that it could be. It could be suspect in that regard. So that's essentially what, that makes sense to me, what he's doing. During the investigation, I was in charge of referring to the types of applicants from the plot's perspective. Therefore, in my mind, I was thinking plot of land equals applicant's perspective. And this resulted in my previous hasty statement, which mentioned many patterns involved in the lottery conditions. Although I was in a hurry, I should have been more careful with my choice of words. even more so because there were ongoing issues. I apologize for the confusion caused by my statement. In any case, we recognize that this is a especially erroneous issue, and even throughout our history of service, this is one of the larger additions to housing in the introduction of the lottery system our players were looking forward to. We will follow up with measures that we'll be taking to ensure that the issue does not reoccur, but for now, we will do our utmost to identify and address what is causing the problem, and we'll address it as soon as possible. Once again, I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience this is causing and appreciate your understanding. And with that is the latest update with housing. Hopefully this provides you some insight. Hopefully this is some good information for you on your day. Hopefully you enjoy it. For me personally, I'm taking the rest of the day off. I'm going to take the kids to see the Sonic movie. I'm very excited about that. They're looking forward to it. Hopefully it's a really good time. And yeah, guys, I wish you all the best. Hopefully you're just going to have a great day and a great week. And hopefully, like, the next time I get to provide an update on the status of what's going on, then, you know, it's going to be like, hey, here's what's fixed. And, you know, now the lottery system can resume, and hopefully you'll be able to get your houses. Anyway, thanks for your time today. Hopefully you have a great one, and I hopefully we'll see you next time. But until then, take care.
Yeah. It's time to chill out on the couch and read some comments. That's right. You know me when it comes to Destiny. I'm off with the clan, and I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh yeah.